Welcome back to learning about my experience as an au pair in Austria. There are a lot of things that I didn't know coming in as an au pair from the US and Austria that I wish I would have known before or at least talked about and considered. First of all, I just now got my second bag that I shipped over from the United States, and it was supposed to arrive over 2 weeks ago. The thing is, customs can be weird about shipments from another country, and so they'll hold your bag and you won't know why, and you'll email them and they'll email you back and say, we've sent it to the right person, oh, we're waiting on more information, and then eventually they'll ask you for things like your passport, an invoice, proof of payment, things like that that you already sent them before, but they just ask for it again. But thankfully, I did get my bag. The company I shipped it through, luggage2ship.com, was amazing and kept contacting the Austria FedEx and contacted me and was keeping me in communication the whole time. So I really appreciate them, and they did a great job with that. The second thing that you need to think about is opening a foreign bank account. Now, I would highly recommend doing some research before going to the specific country that you'll be living in. And this is helpful because sometimes the people at the bank don't even know really how to do it, which is what happened in my case. So it took about an hour for my host mom, me, and the person at the bank to figure out how to get me a foreign bank account. Because of some new laws with the new president and everything, it's changed a little bit. And then I also had to fill out some tax forms. So it ended up getting done, but at the same time, it took a lot of time. And I think if I'd come in more prepared than I had, things would have gone a lot more smoothly. The third thing that you need to think about is asking your host family exactly what expenses you will have and who will be paying for them. So I had already assumed with the flight that I'd be paying for my own flight, but then I didn't know about the visa or the health insurance. So what I had assumed, because my host family said, oh, we will take care of the visa, I thought they also meant that they were paying for it. And apparently that wasn't very clear. So today when I went to go get my visa, my host mom asked if I had my credit card. And I said, what? I thought you were going to be paying for that because I thought you were taking care of it. And it ended up that she ended up paying for it. And I hope that'll be okay. But yeah, that's another expense I didn't think I was going to have since she said she'd take care of it. But of course I didn't press anymore and I just assumed. So don't assume, be very clear and ask. Just to make sure there's no confusion. Also, you need to ask about health insurance. So with mine, since I'll be living there for more than 3 months and I'll have to actually get a work visa and I'll be considered a permanent residence for whatever reason, I have to get health insurance in Austria. Now, also when my host mom had said, oh, we will put you on our health insurance, I assumed that meant it was free since I thought that health insurance in Europe was free. But it turns out it's not for me, and I have to pay the whole package, so I can't just pick and choose little pieces of health insurance that I want. I have to get everything, including Social Security, which I won't get back unless I work in Austria for 15 years, and I won't be doing that. So it's kind of money that's just going to the government, and I'm not getting back, even though it's meant to come back to me later. So that's another thing to be aware of. Be very clear about health insurance, how much it costs per month, all of that, so you know exactly what your expenses are up front. As for the visa, it's a little bit different every year. I think they're making new rules and regulations every year to make it harder for people outside the country to work there. At least that's what my host mom said today when we were trying to get the visa done. So she had me bring in my passport, my birth certificate, health insurance, proof of German language ability, police report, proof of address, all of these little things. And it turns out even though I brought all those things, my birth certificate wasn't valid because it needs to be signed by the Indiana Secretary of State in order to certify that it is a real birth certificate. I have a birth certificate with the stamp on it that's notarized, and even that wasn't enough. It needs a separate sheet of paper on top stapled with a signature from the Secretary of State. This is a new thing. My host mom did not know that I had to bring that particular document in and get it certified, but my mom back at home now has to go to the Secretary of State, get it signed, and then they'll send it to me. The last thing I really want to press about living with your host family and where they live, if your goal is to travel like mine is, really make sure you're near a central airport. So, another thing I had assumed when my host mom told me that she was near the capital city of the southern state, Klagenfurt, and I saw there was an airport there, I thought, oh, it's a capital of a state, so obviously the airport is going to be a central location. It'll go lots of different places, right? I was wrong. I should have looked up flights beforehand because Klagenfurt only goes to like 3 different airports, and then from there they go to lots of different places. So tickets are very expensive. Although I can take trains and buses, they're very long, and if I want to go anywhere further than I have already. So that's it for today. I hope that was helpful. And if you have any more questions, please comment, send me an email, send me a text, whatever, and I'd be happy to answer them for you. Until next time, tschüss!